She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rockin' man, burning at his feet up there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rockin' man, burning at his feet up there alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise the kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise them if you did. And all the science I don't understand. It's just my job, 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man,
How'd you like the violins? Did you like the violins?
I loved it. Oh my god, that so reminded me of a kid being a kid and watching like Smothers Brothers and shit with my grandparents and just that old timey. Yeah, I like.
Well, that's what you get with a boomer. You get the music and the old timey Smothers Brothers sort of stuff. Hi, everybody. We are so happy to be here. I can't tell you what a week from hell it has been. And Shanda, how about you? Has your week been as challenging as mine is?
For the most part, I try to put on a brave face and tell you guys how wonderful I'm doing, but this week fucking sucked. Immunotherapy is kicking my ass. I have like arthritis throughout my whole body and pain. And I've spent more time in bed this week than I have during all of the chemo and radiation. And so, yeah, it was a rough week. And I knew you were down and out. I mean, I'd send you a message in the morning and we'd be like, are we doing a show Saturday? We're like, I don't know. Let's play it by ear. I mean, I didn't know till this morning when I saw you put the thumbnail up if we were doing a show tonight.
Yeah, and that's how we play it by ear here, everybody. I got to say, it's
Thanks, guys.
I can't compare what I'm going through with you, but as far as pain, it felt like I've had an axe handle taken to my neck all week. That's the level of antibiotics. If anybody's gone through Omniceft and not had this kind of stuff, you're lucky, because I had a migraine from Monday to yesterday, and I lost my sight temporarily. I mean, not go blind, but it was just like everything was popping. So yeah, this week sucked, and I was trying to do a show in between being able to see the screen. I was really,
I hear you.
It was not fun. But let me call off the chat before I bloviate anymore.
Hey,
Come,
what's
Shwari,
up?
Kate,
Hey,
what's going on, Kate? Kate in the house. Fred, Edward, let's go. Yes, Popeye, what's going on? Hey, Riley Martin, sup up with you? Cold Fusion Gaming, who is that guy? And we have Red Angel, Kill Your Gregors, good to see you. We've got Natalie. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Nat.
Natalie sent me a warmer like she sent you with the little
nice.
thing going on. And I wore it 90% of the time this week, and I'm going to continue to wear it because that is so great. It heats up the neck and, you know, just relaxes you. One of the nicest gifts I've ever got as far as healthy therapy stuff. Natalie.
That was
Thank
so
you
sweet.
much.
Nat is so sweet. She sends the best stuff too, right?
She does. She's Natalie, you are so thoughtful. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. Let me get back here. Lady Alex, good to see you.
Hi, Lady
and
Alex. Lady
you know,
Alex does good stuff too.
last week I missed Peace Dove, a special shout out. I missed shouting you out. I went back and saw I didn't say Peace Dove. So I feel bad about that.
I did, though.
Anytime I miss somebody, I feel bad because you guys are so kind to come and join us every frickin' Saturday night. I mean, holy poo-poo. I don't think anybody has such a consistent bunch of people that come for this kind of show. It's fantastic.
They come for every show. It's
every
fantastic.
show. Kurt Boss is in the house. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? Mastermind Hour. Chris Alger. Yes, Chris. That was quite musical, I have to say. And we have I skipped to Caitlin Johnstone because we were running late getting started. And
I saw that. That's okay though.
We don't want to be late because we were talking in the green room, Shanda and I. We have not really been late in memory, and we have only missed a dozen shows in all of 4 years, I think. So that's
5 years. Where have you been?
5 years, and that's mostly been this year, I think, because of the health challenges. Minor Threat, good to see you. Minor Threat is Minor Threat. I want to make sure I'm wearing my amber glasses tonight because I want to cut the light and make sure.
You had a visit from Miss Amber King this week.
Yes, I did. Amber King came down, said hi, and she says hi to everybody here in the chat. We hope to see Amber. I met her beau. He seems like a very nice guy, very pleasant gentleman. Awesome. And let me see, we've got Trailer Park Pundit. We know her. And let me see. Vic is in the house. What's going on, Vic?
Hey, Vic.
Good to see you, Vic. Vic, I'm still sending shows over to Thurston Community Media, and looks like they're still putting them up. So we'll keep sending them off. They keep putting them up. If you're in the Tacoma area and you'd like to see a great little show, little corner show, that's every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Well, it's only part of Tacoma, right?
Yeah, Friday night. Every Thursday, Friday night at 3:00 in the morning, you can see Beauty and the Boomer After Dark. And boy, we are after dark, man. But that's community TV. So
I just imagine somebody in a Fleabag motel watching us on some freaking crappy old TV at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, with their underwear on, with a bottle
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Mad Dog, making shots of rocket fuel with beer and Mad Dog. Yeah, that's
what I
that's
think
who it
of.
is, with a little joint burning in the dish there. Yeah, that's
Right.
that's a dream come true. That's great. I really appreciate that. Fred Edward, thank you, Fred.
Fred.
Thank you, Fred, for getting us out in the Facebook world of Meta and everywhere else you put us.
Even
Such
though
a
we're
great,
stomped.
appreciate it. Oh, he's got a little parrot emoji there next to his tin fork. That
Nice.
is so cute.
Such a
Steve,
commitment.
Steve, gee, what's going on, Steve?
Hey,
Good
Steve.
to see you. Let me see. Let me get everybody else in here so you
Kill
can
your
shout
E. Gray
out.
Gross.
Kill your. I think I got kill your egos. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Where else we? Where are we
Okay,
at?
for one, let's hit a couple of these super chats. Chris says 5 for 2 awesome mofos. Thank you. Yeah, we are mofos. Jax Page is in the house. So
Jax!
glad you are live tonight. Jax, we are so glad that you are here tonight. And then over at the trailer park, we've got Cynic Girl is hanging out over there with Snorky. Hey, Snork, what is up?
Snork,
Mouse
what's going on,
FS is
Snork?
hanging out over at the trailer park. And we can't leave out the Rumble. Lost 66, Ghost Star, and Mr. Worthless Eater are chatting it up over there. And let's see who's on the Rockfin. Kate and Jim are chatting over on the Rockfin right
Jim,
now.
Good to see you.
Kate and Jim. Kate, you have to join me on Monday. I've got a special video for you. I can't wait to share it with you. I can't. And I want to shout out everybody who helped out our pal DC this week. Thank you guys so much. I got that GoFundMe out over on Monday, and you guys hit it good. It's so good. I just can't thank you guys enough. I did drop it in the chat a little while ago. If you're looking for it, DC is dealing with a house fire. He's living in a kind of a burned out shell with no power and his puppies, and it's mutual aid. That's what we do. We help each other out. So we don't judge here in this chat. We just help. So thank you guys so much.
That's what we always try and do. Yes, Peace Dove. Take 2 aloe and agave shots, and that is.
I've started drinking aloe. My girlfriend brought
Where do
me a
you get
big
it?
gallon jug of it. Amazon.
Oh, shit.
She bought
Everything's
it on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Let's just.
I know, but I just take a shot of it. It tastes like ass, but you just drink a shot of it. It's supposed to help your joints. It's supposed to help with arthritic pain. Like, I'm trying it.
It's actually supposed to help with your bladder. Healing
Oh,
your
I could use that
bladder.
too.
Yes,
Okay.
it's supposed to help heal your
Bella
bladder.
Lugosi. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, Bella, what's going on? What's going on? We have got a hell of a show tonight. I have
Yeah,
to
I did
say,
write you guys a hell of a show.
It is, and I put a couple of treats in there, and I might get on my rocket-powered soapbox for a couple of minutes, because I have been incensed by the level of suckers and Trumps falling into Bernie Sanders bullshit.
Yeah, we
again.
gotta put
I
a foot in
can't-
Bernie's ass.
Oh my
Fuck.
God in heaven. People, when will
Fucking
you
Bernie.
learn this man is not on your side?
I know.
So yeah, once again, there it is.
Mutual
what it is.
hate.
It
We have
is what
mutual
it
hate
is.
here.
It is what it is. If you'd like to drop us a couple of
Buy us
coins,
a coffee.
I know you guys have done so much, and helping DC and helping our community, and you kept us floating. And if you can drop us a couple of quarters up there in the coffee, I pinned my coffee up to the top of the chat this week, and Shanda is right here. If you can hit her with that, that would be great. And as usual, appreciated for everything you do. I went to Walmart today, Shanda, and I wanted to hang myself when I got to cash
Me
register.
too. I went to Walmart today too, and holy shit.
Yeah, a can of
Holy shit.
antifungal spray. I used to pay. It's a Quate. I used to pay $1.97 for. It's up to almost $5 now. Are you kidding me, man? And that was only 2 years ago. Really? It's
Yeah,
just
balls are gonna
everything's
itch from
insane,
now on. I don't know.
Well, how much were eggs? How much were eggs today? How much?
$8. $8
Bird-
for a dozen eggs.
Is it all bird flu, or what the hell's going on? What?
Oh yeah, we killed all the birds, and then God damn it, Trump! Why hasn't he fixed egg prices?
Well, if you think we've got it bad here, Shanda brought a little story that I caught this week as well, and it got a little chilly somewhere. Shanda, you want to tell everybody about this?
This is Detroit. A water main broke, and then right after the water main broke, it froze. But here's the fucked up thing. Insurance companies don't cover water main breakages.
So you got to sue the
Just leaks
city?
in the house.
You got to sue the city.
I
or
guess
what?
they're going to, it's Detroit. This is the poorest part of Detroit. You think that they're going to successfully sue the city? No,
Well,
these people are just fucked.
Since we're going to finance the super train in California and we're going to fix Detroit up with all that money, that $200 billion we sent to Ukraine. Well, never mind. Sorry, I digress. Okay, what do we got here?
You almost flooded, Anthony? Holy crap. This is crazy. Look at these cars that are submerged. And then, like, did it flash freeze? What the fuck? Like,
Yeah, they look a little stuck.
crazy.
Yeah, it's hell to have to
So
do
not
it.
only is your house and your basement fucking flooded, but your car's completely flooded out too. So now you've lost all your vitality. You know, any way it means to go out there, go to work, fucking come home. Like, we are so fucked as a society.
Yeah, we can't take care of this country, not to mention its people, infrastructure. What else is fucked up? We can't
But the
even.
Democrats, like Bernie motherfucking Sanders, want to continue the war in Ukraine because, you know, Putin bad.
So you're not going to let the Republicans off the hook, are you?
I never let the Republicans off
I
the fucking
know.
hook, but are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
At least they're trying to end that damn war.
we've said it time and time again. The Democrats will do us in the back where the Republicans will do us in the face. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's
And
just-
they're
it's-
blatant, like, bend over, we're gonna fuck you. The Democrats are like,
just-
no, we're not fucking
Now
you.
this is this a remedial course on how to land an airplane?
Oh well, yeah, we've seen more fucking plane crashes this week. Anybody scared to fly? I think I'll be driving cross country if I need to go anywhere, especially Toronto. Check this out. Not playing? Now, a lot of people, there's a lot of speculation that the landing gear, like, broke or it flipped over, busted its wing and tail feather or tail fin off, and was completely on its fucking roof. Nobody died, though. That's amazing, right?
That's shocking.
Shocking that nobody died in that. A lot of conspiracies already swirling about this one. Oh, where's the fire? There was a fire. Like, come on, guys. We don't have to build a conspiracy around everything. It's a fucking plane crash.
That came in way too hard, and it did shatter the undercarriage from what I could tell because I have a little bit of aeronautical experience. And yeah, and
Were you air traffic control?
no, I went to class building to build wings for
Yeah.
planes, and I'm glad I didn't because that would be pressure I couldn't handle.
Right. So a lot of people are saying it was the wind. They were coming in too fast. The wind caught them. And
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, they were,
and
and they looked heavy coming in. Plus, you know, the snow buildup on the ground and everything else. So,
yeah, it might have been a little too cold to be flying. So this one was put out there by a lot of the Republican pundits that were saying, "Oh my God, they're trying to censor them because they want to take their phones. They're telling them to put their phones down." No. When you're in an emergency evacuation, you fucking leave everything. The only thing you worry about is getting the fuck out of the plane, not recording and making. I mean, I don't think these flight attendants were trying to censor these people. I think they were thinking there's a fucking jet fuel that can ignite at any goddamn minute. There's hundreds of people on this plane and we got to get the fuck off. I don't think they were worried about Delta's going to get a lawsuit because you have your phone fucking rolling.
Some people are addicted to selfies, though, Shanda.
Yeah. Some people are addicted to conspiracy theories. Like, come on.
Hey, Manitalk's in the house. You know, Manitalk, I really, you are doing
wow.
some talk that I really agree with lately, and I hope you notice that I am giving you a thumbs up on a lot of your stuff. You know, again.
I don't see it. He's algorithmically pushed out in
Oh
my
yeah, yeah.
algorithm.
He's shoved out in the street, as far as I can tell. But I see his stuff, and I credit where
I've followed
credit is
Manitalk for a
due.
long time.
Credit where credit is
That
due.
pisses me off.
Manitalk, you've been putting
old
up
man
some
Barker.
good stuff there. Hey, old man Barker. Okay, let's play this.
Let's play it.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take it down. Put that phone away.
You hear her say, "Put that phone away."
Holy fuck.
I would be saying "Holy fuck" too. I'd be freaking the fuck out.
No. This is stand up.
Yo, I was just on this fucking plane.
Shanda, this is that chick from CNN setting up another thing. You know, the plane just crashed and she ran into it. The problem is she forgot to light it on fire again. So, you know,
What are you talking about?
the plane's not even burning. What the hell? What's going on
Okay,
here?
so that's what a lot of people are fucking saying. Like, this was a setup. The plane wasn't burning. But as you can see, they're already spraying foam on it. The response crews are already there. So that calls into question a lot of people like, why were the response crews already there? They knew it was going to crash. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Delta is offering passengers $30K that was on this flight. Would you take it?
Oh, well, yeah, if I'd take whatever. I don't know if a class action suit would do any better. Do you?
I don't know. I might hold out. I mean, you never take the
To
first
see if
offer,
there was
right?
negligence. Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah. I mean, we don't even know what happened yet. So I would kind of hold off. I mean, if you don't need the $30K right this minute and you can hold off for a year or two, I would wait and see if you could get out with $100K or something, you know?
Maybe. I would. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. A bird in hand's better than two in the bush sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't
agree.
know. I just, accidents happen too. So, there again.
Yeah, shit happens, that's for sure. But it sure seems to happen a lot to Boeing fucking planes. It couldn't be that they keep killing all those whistleblowers.
Yeah, well, that one wasn't a Boeing, was it? That looked like something cylindrical.
I'm pretty sure that was a Boeing. That was a Delta.
All right, everybody. Okay, we got a bet going on here, Shanda and I. Who can tell us the maker of that plane? And we'll wait. Just throw something up in the chat because I say it's not a Boeing. It doesn't look like a Boeing to me, but
it might be an Airbus. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. It don't look like a Boeing. So no.
The Boeing planes. It's a Delta 737. That is a goddamn Boeing. Thank you. 737s are made.
I mea culpa. It's
not a Boeing. Mouse is saying it's not a Boeing. Half the chat saying it's a Boeing. Half it's a bomb raider. It's a bird that can't land. I agree. So what do you guys think of the National Parks Service getting laid off? All but 3? We only have 3 forest rangers in the whole fucking country now, is what I heard. Does
that mean they're going to have to take down that dinosaur display with Jesus riding on the dinosaur, and where the hell
I don't know, but
who's going to paint him every year?
My thing is, okay, so we've had these conspiracies about the National Park Services going on. I mean, have you ever heard of Missing 411? I know I've talked about it sometime throughout the last 5 years, all the shit that goes down in the national parks. So all these people who are fucking pissed off and have been, scorned, come out, tell us the truth of what the fuck is going on in our national parks. Are they being used to harvest fucking bodies for the alien contract that Truman made? I mean, yeah, Missing 411, Salty's Digital Dive knows what I'm talking about. So they have an alt account and they've just been out there letting it rip, and they say, we have been careful to avoid using the word coup, but it's time to call it what it is. It's a coup. Trump signed an executive order granting only the attorney generals or the president authority to interpret and execute laws by the executive branch. What do you think about that?
You know what? I think that the Democrats would have done it if they could have, because they were
if they could have pulled it off, they would have done it too.
I think I've been vindicated here.
Snakes on planes. What is this need to want to be right today? Okay, I'll give it to you.
No, I pushed you last week. I pushed you last week. I just, I'm just, keeping.
It was a Mitsubishi CRJ 900 made by the Canadian company Bombardier.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
not a Boeing, but does it matter?
Well, it matters. It matters that I've got my eyesight good enough to where I can see that it doesn't look like a Boeing. So that's that. Credit to me.
I just
now,
know
come on.
I don't want to go on a fucking plane. I just don't want to go on a plane. I don't care what it is.
I told you guys last week I quit flying because they took my pool stick away. How petty of me.
They look like they're being held together with baling wire and fucking duct tape.
Yeah, I mean, they
diversity
wobble.
hires over the last 10 years don't exactly make me feel like the most qualified is in the cockpit. Like there's multiple.
Well,
reasons
no,
why I
you
don't
got
wanna
you
get on.
got a great point, and everybody in the chat, remember how happy air traffic controllers are. They've been
Oh yeah,
treated
yeah.
like kings
Don't
and
they have
queens.
the
So-
highest suicide rate next to the
Jesus
fucking postal
Christ.
workers?
Next,
I
yeah,
think
it's,
so.
yeah, it's just like holy crap. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for the information, guys, and credit to all of you who came up with the bombardier thing. I think it was great. Thank you. I like to be qualified once in a while because I'm old and Shanda's a young
I
chicken.
will give it to you. You very rarely get me. You got me.
Yeah, I very rarely do. You usually kick my ass, my old ass. So there
I
you
know.
go. Thank you.
I give it to you.
So what's Elon done now? Is he stolen candy from a baby or what? What the hell's going on?
Oh
now?
my God. All week long, we had to hear about 150-year-olds collecting Social Security. My only fucking question is, where's the fucking proof? Show me some proof of this fucking outlandish bullshit. I
didn't
mean,
think that
I'm
was
sure there was a
possible.
couple that fell through the fucking system, but I'm here to tell you that Social Security is so motherfucking anal retentive, and it takes so motherfucking long to fight those motherfuckers to get on. Like, they know every single fucking person who is getting money, and if you don't qualify for one simplest little fucking reason, like your dog FIFO was in a commercial and got a fucking check for fucking $30, they'll kick your ass off. So I'm not believing that there's all of these fucking 150-year-olds and 200-year-olds who've been on for the last 100 fucking years. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I
not-
don't. I think that's overly exaggerated, and I
do too.
almost think that is a glitch in the system as far as numbers going on. So,
I think it's a scam. I think it's somebody at Social Security paying their fucking friends off. And yeah, no, it ain't happening to the average fucking person. I promise you, there's nobody in Detroit who's collecting checks off of their dead grandma who's 150 years old for the last fucking 50 years. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, I've got a visual of some grandpa running in a jogging suit with a Social Security check, and they card him and it says 150 on his card. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's just not fucking happening.
Yeah.
That's not how our fucking system works. They bend you over and fuck you every way they can. They don't say, "Oh, we're gonna send you checks till you're 180 and we're gonna forget about it." That's not how Social Security works.
Yeah, and when they do bend you over and fuck you, they use Johnson's baby powder with talc in it. That way they're trying to kill
Yeah,
you. a little
that way even
quicker.
cancer.
Jesus
too.
Christ. What the hell is this, Shanda? Did I put this in or did you put this in? I don't
Nah,
know.
this is case study. You know, they got a. This is Fox going off about the 150.
Oh my God, Fox, I'm going to bleed out my eye sockets. Here we go.
Also going to say something mildly controversial. I feel like Social Security is a Ponzi scheme.
It is.
That's how it was
I'm
created.
not a politician.
A
Say it.
Ponzi scheme is you have to pay in order to get the payouts. And if we stop paying in, the payouts would stop. And so why are we having a government that operates a Ponzi scheme? I want out. I went off the
And by the
clown
way,
show.
the payback is so minuscule compared to if you put it in the most conservative private sector fund imaginable, where it's all bonds, you still get paid less. I think it's 1.5% a year or something.
But how do we get out of the
Yeah,
broken
but it was
system?
designed to be a Ponzi scheme, and then
many
they
people are
assumed they would
depending on
always
it.
have more workers than retirees, which isn't going to happen in this country.
Okay.
And you know that's another thing that's putting us on a fast track with insolvency. You know, it's mathematically impossible to keep up the system as it exists, and you know the fear mongering. It does. I had a 75-year-old cab driver today, and he told me like he doesn't like Elon Musk because Elon Musk is coming after his Social Security. As though cost cutters, the first thing they want to do is line up some of our golden Americans and push them off a cliff in their wheelchairs.
Right.
It's like, no, they actually want to make sure that that stays intact for honest, hardworking people
Okay,
who deserve the
Kennedy.
cushion that they have paid into.
Yeah. She's just saying that because she understands that a huge swath of Trump's fucking base is people on Social Security. That's why Fox is saying
This
that.
is another example of taking some facts and, and twisting them to meet their fucking narrative. Now, Social Security has helped so many people over the decades. Yes, it is becoming insolvent. It has been mismanaged. The fund has been
mismanaged.
stolen from.
Since
everything
Reagan,
else.
at least since Reagan.
But let me ask you this, Batman. What about all those people that get disabled? What about the kid that falls off his bike when he's 15
Yeah.
and
What
or
about
gets hit
me?
by a car
I'm
and busts
50.
his
I
head?
paid
Yeah,
in my
50.
whole life. And now I have
That's
cancer. It's like,
yeah, Social Security was first, and then Social Security Disability came after that. They would get rid of both of those. Yes, there is fraud, but there have been a gluttonous amount of studies showing that the fraud is like under 0.3%. But all those other
is it?
people
Is
have helped. All those other people have been helped by Social Security. Yes, it's got problems. But if these bastards in our Congress would keep their goddamn hands out of it and lift the cap so these rich fuckers would have to keep paying, you know, because it doesn't mean anything
yeah,
to
it caps
them.
at like 300,000, right?
It's capped. Yeah, it's capped at some stupid low level.
It's like
Just-
300,000. Like you don't have to pay in anymore if you make 300,000.
give me a break, guys. You know, call it a Ponzi
Jody,
scheme.
thank you so much. I want to shout Jody's chat out real fast.
Please.
Jody says it's a code according to former SS employees, Social Security employees. 150 is what they use for ineligible. Kennedy is full of shit. Yeah, Kennedy is full of shit. Why don't you go use some selfie? Like,
Yeah,
I can't. I've never been able to stand Kennedy, even back when she was on MTV.
I can't stand C.E. Coop either. She's another one. And
Yeah, it's Fox. Who can
Jesus
stand any of that?
Christ Almighty, you know. And I wanna be a nice person. I wanna like everybody. But when you take shit and bend it and try and scare the shit out of, especially poor and old people, holy crap, go
Yeah.
to hell. Go to hell. So
I do absolutely believe if Americans were allowed to invest their money for retirement and they were helped along the way and given some guidance, they could
Yeah,
do way
well,
better
that's-
than fucking Social
that's the
Security.
other issue.
But that's never going to happen.
No.
BlackRock is never going to use their
No
fucking
way.
algorithm
No
to
way.
help out the Americans investing their money. Fuck no, that would never
No,
happen.
and they'll do the same thing they did back in 2000 and nothing and many times before. They'll crash the market. Remember when we lost our 401ks? They'll do the same damn
Yep,
thing.
2008, I lost
yeah.
mine. Yep, I was there.
Is this
I
your
lost
little
mine.
graphic here? I like this. What is that? Government subsidy.
You are parasites. Yeah, government subsidies. Elon came out this week and basically said anybody on welfare and Social Security is a parasite who's feeding on the system. But no, he's not a parasite.
Oh,
at
he'd
all.
know.
Not at all.
He'd know.
Yeah.
Mister, I get any subsidy I want. Okay.
Exactly.
What do we got here?
I muted this one just because somebody put music in the background, but it's a Tesla that's stuck in the snow. Oz, I got to tell you, I think Teslas are going to be like the DeLoreans of the future. I don't think that
That would
people
make sense.
are, these aren't going to be the wave of the future. I just don't. I think they're going to be a novelty.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be an eyesore. They're going to end up in a frickin' boneyard.
I saw
somewhere.
one today that had an old rack and shit on the back of it. And you know, we have this thing, I live in a country town, so we always go, oh, he's got a small penis if it's a big jacked up Trump truck, right? And then now we say he's got an extra small penis if we see a fucking Tesla.
Elon Musk doesn't run any of his companies. He's an actor and a figurehead, a composite. He does not run SpaceX, Tesla, etc. These are all projects by our rulers. He is the face. He is just an amalgamation of all of the work of intelligence groups, the biggest psyop of all time. I wouldn't be surprised, and Lex Luthor probably too, and Billy Boy Gates. So let's play this video, and I'll bring Chanda back on screen, and I will join her, I think, if I can get this thing to play.
Play.
Oh yeah, is that a painted Tesla? Oh yeah.
No, yeah, they're probably wrapped, but I wouldn't get one. They're not good in the snow, that's for sure.
I wouldn't get one because they look like the little garbage can that had the flippy lid on it back in the day. Just the design. No, I thought back in the day the DeLoreans looked kind of cool, but I'll take some fancy old Buick from the 40s.
Yeah,
every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just see these as the DeLoreans of the future. There'll be a novelty, and somebody will be collecting them, and there'll be a graveyard of them.
Yeah.
Elon's flying too close to the sun. I just got to tell you guys, he's flying too close to the sun, and he's eventually going to get fucking burned. And the Democrats are all out for blood, and they eventually will come after those government contracts that are keeping him afloat. I think.
I think all these it's how many times do we have to tell everybody? Not our chat, because they'd be telling us and reminding us. It's a class war in this country, people. Mm-hmm. It's the rich against the poor, as it always has been. And what do you got here? This is more.
Okay, so this week we saw Baby Mama 13 announced that she had a kid with Elon on Valentine's Day. Of course, she was a scorn jilted lover, apparently. But since that came out, a lot of people are doing the math, and it looks like this was a Epstein classic fucking honey trap. And they caught him right after October 7th. Like, she got pregnant right after October 7th. And guess what? She's a big time Zionist supporter with a lot of freaking ties with AIPAC and the Zionist groups. Now, I brought a little breakdown. This is long and you don't have to play the whole thing, but I got to ask you, this guy, I think his name's Jeremy Lee. Who is this guy? Why is he rising in the algorithm? I want to say he came from Breaking Points, maybe. I see him everywhere now. And what I question when I see somebody everywhere, like with Ian Carroll, right? We saw that guy everywhere. When the X algorithm lets somebody rise to the top, it makes me wonder who's behind them. And not that I disagree with what this guy has to say, and he puts out good information, but who is he is my question.
Well, what about that girl from New York? Isn't she kind of like right there with him? I can't remember.
Blakely.
She's kind of moved up pretty fast.
Yeah, how has she got through the algorithm too? That makes you wonder, right?
All right, I'll play.
It's their great personalities.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Elon Musk having a 13th child with influencer Ashley St. Clair is not a story that I would typically cover, but an interesting detail about Ashley caught my eye, and now I'm down a rabbit hole. WikiLeaks just exposed that the mother of Elon Musk's child, Ashley St. Clair, is being managed by PR strategist Brian Glicklick. Brian Glicklick. Oh, that's hard to say. Anyway, important part is that Brian has received $598,000 from an Israeli security firm. Here's the original WikiLeaks citation coming from the Times of Israel, which led me to think, is this a Mossad honey trap situation? This led me down the whole Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky rabbit hole, which, if you don't know, she may have allegedly been Mossad. This is an article from 1999, which talks about how
was she Mossad?
With Monica Lewinsky tapes.
Came out of Portland State.
Talks between the two of them were captured by Israeli intelligence.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Details came from this book, Gideon Spies, The Secret History of the Mossad by Gordon Thomas. Then about a decade later, another book came out that pretty much corroborated the same story, except this time with the added detail that the Clinton-Lewinsky tapes were used in order to negotiate the release of Jonathan Pollard, who was an American intelligence official turned
almost
Israeli
like it was a honey trap.
The New York Times article from November 1998 reported that the two leaders, referring to Netanyahu and Clinton, had discussed Pollard's release during the ill-fated conference, and that the Israelis had told the president something that opened up the possibility of Pollard's release, something the Clinton administration had explicitly ruled out during the first 6 years of his presidency. The Times article noted that a White House spokesperson told a reporter that Clinton was simply newly impressed by the force of Netanyahu's arguments. Isn't it interesting that time and time again, president after president,
you can kill it.
They have all found Netanyahu to be impressive.
Now, wasn't Amber Heard in the elevator with him and Elon at the same time, or is that or her and Elon? Or that's another story?
No, well, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Amber Heard definitely has a kid with Elon, too. We called that stuff out years ago. But what really shocked me about this is people taking a look at Monica Lewinsky and her connection to Clinton and Mossad being woven in there and how they got leverage on the Clintons to get what Netanyahu wanted. So it makes sense, you know. The Clintons were young in the White House at the time, and they thought they had some power. So Mossad had to put them in their place. And, come on, it was easy to honey trap fucking Clinton. He was sticking his stick everywhere. Chris, thank you so much. Super chat. If the Social Security funds is out of money, I say we refund it by taking the money out of all the politicians' bank accounts. Here. I agree.
No, I agree too. Where are you seeing that? I'm not seeing any super chats.
I don't in the chat. I don't know.
I'm gonna refresh because something's not clicking here.
In the chat. Hey Troll, what's up? Good to see you.
Troll, good to see you, man. Okay.
And Steve Wolfbrand, I see you, Stevie.
Hi, Steve.
And Jenny Lynn's hanging out over at the trailer park.
Hey, what's going on? You brought this too. Oh, two of my favorite people, not.
Dems reportedly angry that progressives are pushing them to act like an opposition party. Do you really believe this is happening, Oz?
I don't know, but what's really happening here is that I didn't bring my barf bag, and you brought one of the worst people in the world. What's going on?
Oh my God,
here?
she gets uglier. Fuck, the adrenochrome ain't working on her, man. She looks like the crypt keeper every time I see her. Play.
Let's be very clear. It takes 3 House Republicans to stop Elon Musk and his Doge bags from rummaging through millions of Americans' personal information when it comes to their IRS records, their social security numbers, their financial information, their most significant personal information. Elon Musk's Doge drones are rummaging through all of that information and have unchecked power to do whatever they want. They're indiscriminately firing people, and what Caroline Levitt just said on your clip there is absolutely not true. They are randomly firing people who are not political employees. They're firing probationary employees, and they're doing so in violation of the law, specifically because many of these people have gotten glowing reviews based on their performance, and they are actually prohibited from dismissing people for things other than performance-related questions. So they are violating the law, and most importantly, they are gravely harming the quality of life and the health of so many people, particularly our veterans, where they just fired over 1,000 people at the VA, all while the VA is struggling with a dearth of employees and really need to make sure that they have the staffing that they need to implement the PACT Act, which Congress passed just a couple of years ago.
Says the person who took away the right to vote from millions of Americans. Boy, I really take her word for it.
Got her ramen hair on too tight.
Yeah.
But we know what she calls them behind closed doors, right? The douche bags. You know, that's what Hillary calls them too.
Well, she can practice that on herself because she is the most untrustworthy, lying sack of shit person in Congress next to all of them. They're all horrible.
I agree. She is the worst, man. Nothing pisses me off more than Debbie. Horrible.
Speaking of the worst.
Oh, God, yeah. I never thought I would put him right next to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, but I do.
Here we go.
And that's sad.
Here we go.
Into this, and what we do know is that there's a lot of people that still remain in the database, but as far as people who are actually getting payments, it was 44,000 who got payments according to an audit that was done in 2023.
Out of how many millions?
There's tens of millions. So when they say tens of millions, that would be
this is what we are dealing with. We're not only dealing with oligarchy, the incredible power of the very, very rich. We're not only dealing with a move toward authoritarianism, we're dealing with what is new to America. You know, politicians have always lied, nothing new about that. But the level that we're seeing right now,
including you,
over and over again, and it goes out, there's a big lie, and then it goes out on Musk's Twitter to several hundred million people, repeat it over and over again. Now the word is out there, people on
nice news too, Bernie. I agree,
150
Chris.
years of age. Can you believe it? The whole thing is corrupt. It's broken. Well, where does that lead you, Caitlin? What's the next step? If government
Where does
can't
that
do
lead
anything,
you,
if Social
Caitlin?
Security doesn't work, if Medicare doesn't work, if Medicaid doesn't work, we're going to get rid of all of those programs, and we're going to give it over to the billionaire class.
Fear-mongering.
That's what I think they're ultimately trying to do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, not only do they...
But he has no solutions. He just fear-mongers.
For the working class.
That's all he's for.
Tax rates to the very rich. And then they want to move to the privatization of every...
Where's the solutions, Bernie?
The solution is for him to shut the fuck up and quit Congress because he is the GOAT for the Democrats, and he talks a great populist game, but he turns around and gets down on his hands and knees as soon as the Democrats get back in power so they can actually enrich their friends, military and industrial complex, contractors.
Where has he been?
He's been.
Where was he the last 4 years? When the Democrats had power, we were organizing Medicare for All rallies from coast to fucking coast. Could he come out and support any of that shit? Fuck no. We, the people, have solutions, and we bring those solutions to these guys, and they shut their fucking mouths. They say they can't support them. Oh no, I gotta support this resolution right now. And he could have done something, and he didn't do
he's
shit.
been
I have
sitting
no
on his
respect
hands.
for Bernie Sanders.
He betrayed us. He stabbed us in the back. He's just another dagger in that big knife holder in my back that I always talk about. And there's more. We're going to get into him a little bit more, but your point is well taken. The guy's a liar, and I will debate anybody on a public forum that is not controlled by his handlers any day, any fucking day.
As a former Bernie delegate.
Jax Page, neither of these parties are doing anything for the people. 100% correct, Jax. Those us that are Gen Xers getting fucked on the benefits we have paid into for decades.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well spoken, Jax. I didn't speak it very well, but you are right on 100%, and you know that we are going to agree with you because we have been watching the same thing. I mean, we're not stupid.
Gen
We've been
X is
around
going to get fucked the hardest because Medicare is going to be gone for us, and we paid in our whole life. Social Security, SSI, SSA, it's going to be gone for us, and we paid in our whole fucking lives. We're carrying the boomers, and I'm sorry to say that, but it is the truth.
No.
Because they gutted fucking Social Security 40 fucking years ago under goddamn Reagan.
They've been boning us ever since this started, and they've always wanted to get rid of it. And the other, honestly, if it's hard for me at 65 getting Social Security, it's going to be impossible for Gen Xers. It's already impossible for younger generations to buy a home, to have a future that they can think about, that they're going to be a day when they don't have to work. So
fucking try to buy a car. It's $100,000 now.
So, you Democrat assholes out there that are still trying to reform the party, saying, "Oh, Bernie, he's still speaking for the people. Although I was disappointed in him, he's still the only one fighting for us." Why the fuck do you think that is?
How?
Why the fuck do you think that is? Because he's bullshitting you. He's not fighting for shit.
Going on Face the Nation every Sunday doesn't fucking do shit for us.
That just elevates his ass. It does nothing for us. That's why he's in it. Get a clue. You've got recent history from 2016 on. If you haven't figured it out by now, you're lost. We'd be better off not to have a guy like that poisoning the well of activism. Sure. He may have kicked it off, and I'm not going to even give him credit for that, because if he hadn't have been there, something else would have triggered it, because it's gotten so bad now that it's intolerable for all of us. I can't say anymore.
Well, think about it. If he wasn't there, we would have got fucking Clinton. So we helped Trump.
Well, we would have,
and we all know it. The progressives are what put Trump in 2016.
We would have been knee deep in World War III by now. We might not even be here.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, because Clinton was already set to start bombing shit. And plus, she had to show that she had the biggest swinging dick out there, and go kill a million
all that
people.
uranium.
Yeah, oh my God. You brought Norm. Norm, what's going on?
Norm had something to say about old Bernie Sanders.
I love it.
My innards.
You're going to have to speed it up because Norm's talking slow.
At the despicable thing you said in the interview today, whether it was moral idiocy, whether it was exemplary of being a moral monster, or whether it was cynical opportunism, because you're too much of a coward to break ranks with President Biden. I don't know which it is. When you oppose a ceasefire at this point, you are in effect and in fact.
That got out of order.
You are in effect and in fact giving Israel carte blanche to continue to indiscriminately target the civilian infrastructure and the civilian population of Gaza, 1 million of whom, or 1,100,000 of whom, are children. You have become a moral monster.
And he is a moral monster.
Yeah, we're out of sequence on that one, but he's true. He's right.
No, Shanda and I have always advocated that these bastards like Bernie, the Congress, they all have blood on their hands. Not unlike the Western media propagandists, paid fuckers like Rachel Maddow and Chuck Todd. And Chuck Todd, he's not even... in the picture, but Tapper and Dana Bash, I submit again, they have blood on their hands because they have fomented the kind of war footing in our country that supported this shit through the Biden regime, ignoring the facts that, hundreds of thousands of women and children are getting slaughtered. It's not a goddamn war. I'll say it again. It's a slaughter. It can't be a war. Though. If you have civilians that can't even defend themselves, you fucks. So that's how.
But it's done. It's done. Gaza's done. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
It's done.
Gaza has been leveled.
Absolutely.
Trump is going to take it over, and we're going to build fucking condos. Jared Kushner is going to build his fucking condos, and they're going to work on the second coming of Christ because Zionist Christians rule America.
Yeah, one of my long-term friends that I lost over this shit. Zionism is just a belief. Zionism is a murderous legacy that is going to haunt humanity forever. So go fuck yourself.
You're right. I agree with you. It is going to haunt us forever. So all that Doge money, where's it going? Do you guys think that you should get a refund? That's what this is about. Jasmine Crockett discussed Doge's concerns.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola, unfortunately, was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country, then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics because of their incompetence. So no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
I don't know what $5,000 would do for you. Well, for the American fucking people, it would do a fucking lot. For one, shut the fuck up. For two, trying to fearmonger about 2 cases of Ebola in fucking New York, which was clearly not Ebola. The health advisor already came out and said it was not fucking Ebola. So what the fuck is she doing on a national fucking channel trying to fearmonger dumb motherfuckers who watch this primetime shit about Ebola's coming for you? And if it doesn't, some other fucking pandemic's coming for you. Oh my God, the stupidity.
I don't know where this person came from, but
that's the one that beat who'd she beat?
Ossoff?
She's an actress. Basically, they went and tapped this actress and is a Democrat. Yeah, it's somewhere on the East Coast. But
well, my question to her would be, I thought we were still working on bird flu and monkeypox and all this other crap.
Oh, they are. They are.
What the
measles.
hell?
Measles is coming for everybody, right? Have you heard?
Oh, yeah, but RFK is going to take away the polio vaccine. So
God, yeah. Fearmonger.
I can't keep up. Tell me this isn't the march of the
This is the
March
Dems
of the Flowers.
resisting. This is the Dems resisting. Yes, this is the March of the Flowers. This is what resistance looks like. You don't have to play the whole thing. It's so effective. And look at those chartered buses, Oz. Don't you think those chartered buses look like they were paid for by some big time DEM donor?
Absolutely.
Or maybe it was USAID? I don't know.
Anybody that can't compare this to those Patriot guys that come out of
the
ground.
This is the Dems Patriot guys.
This is the Patriot Front or whatever the hell those assholes those
this is the Democratic Patriot
Front. Look at that.
Front.
This is good.
Shit? Like...
I you know what? They had to do something with all that money they got for Kamala's campaign. You know, they paid off everybody else. Why don't they pay this?
Yeah, what do they think they're accomplishing? That is a good question, Natalie.
Yeah,
I don't know what they think they're accomplishing.
Well, are they wearing pussy hats too? That's the other thing.
I'm sure. Well, the pussy hat's been modified. Did you know?
Does it have rabbit ears on it now or something?
yeah. This is just stupid. So okay. I just thought that was dumb.
Yeah, no, that's. I wonder how much the choreographer made off of that. Well, you brought an article on Lurch. What the hell?
Fetterman's staff is quitting amidst frustrations over just working on Israel all the time. A former campaign staffer says Senator John Fetterman's single-minded focus came at the exclusion of the progressive positions he ran on. Did he run on some progressive shit? I don't think so. I think they told us he did.
He couldn't even speak, much less run on progressive.
I know, right? When he was head of the Farm Act, he didn't even know what was
even during his campaign, he was just like, really? Are you kidding me? So, again, this is another one of those setups.
Are we shocked that he's focusing on just fucking Israel? No, AIPAC. Hello.
No, he pissed somebody else off. Here's your here's one of your favorite people here.
Okay, so Kash Patel got confirmed this week. Are you excited about him being head of the FBI?
Yeah, and the only reason I am is I want him to go after Adam Schiff and put him on a spit.
Okay, well, Adam Schiff seems to be a little shifty in his seat. I think he's scared.
Good. I hope he shits himself.
This is someone we cannot trust. This is someone who lacks the character to do this job, someone who lacks the integrity to do this job. We know that. Our Republican colleagues know that.
He's talking about himself, too.
The only qualification Kash Patel has to be FBI director is that when everyone else in the first Trump administration said, no, I won't do that, that crosses moral, ethical, and legal lines.
Oh, because you have moral, ethical lines.
Sign me up. In the first Trump administration, as we are seeing in the second, you rise to the level of your sycophancy, and no one is a bigger or more dangerous sycophant than Kash Patel.
Than I am.
This political hack does not deserve to be in this building. He can't do the job. He won't protect the public. He will misuse the resources of the Bureau. He will weaponize it against the president's political opponents rather than protecting the safety, the public safety.
Oh, like you guys in the Dems
American
did?
People. We will vote no. Our Republican
Didn't
colleagues, intimidated by this president and threats of primary challenges from MAGA world, may vote to confirm him. But as my colleagues have said, they will have to live with that vote, be accountable for that vote, and be accountable for all the destruction that Patel does to this premier law enforcement agency. Us Democratic members of this Judiciary Committee, stand shoulder to shoulder with the professionals in the FBI, with law enforcement everywhere, and we wish our colleagues would do the same.
What, 99% of them support fucking Trump?
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, he's high on monkey shit, and he's scared shitless. I hope Kash does come for him, and I hope he comes for all of these motherfuckers. I hope he does use the FBI to do what it's intended to do, investigate these motherfuckers. But I kind of doubt that's what's going to happen, because he seems to have a single-minded focus, and that is on one thing and one thing only. I'll give you one guess what it is, Oz.
What is it? What is it? I give
Israel.
Up.
Israel.
Why am I shocked? Why am I shocked?
Are you shocked? Yeah, we're shocked.
I am shocked. Is that what he's going to talk about here?
Yep.
We will shut off the machinery that feeds money into Iran. We will no longer have 100 hostages still in captivity, Israeli and American and otherwise, by Hamas and Iran's Hezbollah mercenary forces. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel, and bring home Israelis, and make sure we stand by our number one ally, Israel.
Oh my God. Okay.
So there you are. For everybody who had hope for Cash, I don't know if I have that much hope. So he says, if you're unvaccinated, you resisted global pandemic or propaganda worth over $100 billion. The fact that you withstood such intense pressure shows how strong you are, makes you a rare breed in a time when the kind of backbone is nearly extinct. Be proud of yourself. And I agree. Be proud of yourselves. You guys stood up. You listened to the truth. You understood what the truth was. And at least he's got that right.
There you go. Well, clock's right twice a day at least.
That's right. That's
and
right.
you brought.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read this one.
This was a joke. Jon Stewart, I've been shocked by how undemocratic the Democratic Party can be. Psaki, what do you mean? Stewart, by putting their foot on the scales to make sure that Hillary Clinton comes out. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What about how the chair of your DNC rigged the primary twice, or come on.
Yeah,
Jon Stewart's turned into a limp noodle.
Oh my God, he has. He licks the Democratic ass so hard, it's so gross.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Now, Bernie had a little war against the oligarchy bullshit thing on Friday night, where all the recent
A sad moment.
Sad moment. But somebody else had a big deal going on today, and I think it's still going on. It's
still going on. We had Jill Stein in town along with Chris Hedges and Shama Sawant. They had a worker strike back, it was some kind of working meeting, for future actions. And do you know that I actually got a donation over on my GoFundMe from Shama and her husband this week? They're so sweet.
Well, she's connected to the people. Bernie will never be connected anymore.
That's right. That's right.
He's a con man. I'll tell you again. And I have to say his timing being ahead of this thing, highly suspect in my book, too. I know some of our sisters and brothers. Sabby was questioning the timing of this, I believe, last week. And from what I saw of that deal with Bernie, it wasn't that heavily supported like one might think. But again,
was where I was.
What is that blue sky contingent now? Remember when Bernie first ran in 2016? They had that Simon and Garfunkel jingle and all those people out.
America.
And here's the thing. A lot of those people out there were younger people. But at this gig that he had yesterday, the pictures they took were all the...
It's all the blue-haired Dems.
Yeah, it's the blue-haired MSNBS drinking idiots.
It's the Hillary supporters that are now with Bernie. It's not us. People like us told the Democratic fucking Party off over the last 8 fucking years and jumped ship because we know that progressivism is a road to nowhere inside the Democratic Party. We know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, it's tantamount to spousal abuse what these idiots that are still worshiping at the cult of Bernie Sanders and his horseshit are doing.
I shared a post of the Tacoma Dome because it was 5 years ago, I think 5 or 6 years ago, when 35,000 people came together in 2020 for Bernie at the Tacoma Dome. And I shared it with the caption, that one time I was in a cult.
Yeah. You were in a journey for Bernie cult. And
I was.
And I'm surprised. I'm glad that Kool-Aid didn't poison you too, but it wouldn't because that's who you are.
Hey, Tom Jones is back. Much love from New Zealand. Much love from Squim, Washington for you.
Hey, what's going on? Bernie.
Down under.
Do I have to play this?
Oh, so this is a sad moment. Yeah, it's not that long. I only brought you
No, it's not
3
the length.
minutes, so.
How many minutes? You want me to play the whole thing?
Just play the first minute of it in case nobody heard it, but I'm sure most of you saw this nasty shit. This is Bernie wanting to continue a fucking war in Ukraine, which has slaughtered, maybe close to 1 million Ukrainians. And the worst part about this is, and I cut it, so we should play the whole thing, is where he calls Putin's elections a fucking sham when he's the one who refused to call out the sham fucking election and primary of 2016. I was spitting nails live when he went live with this shit the other day, and it seemed like I was the only one in the chat not licking his fucking ass. Oh, thank you, Bernie. You're the greatest. You're saving us. Like, from what? No, Bernie is. Go ahead and just run it.
No, I was doing my Linda Blair routine when he was doing it.
Right.
It was like my eyeballs were rolling around and my head was spinning around on my shoulders. It's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
I did cut this
Today,
down.
Trump said that Ukraine started the war. That's not true. Russia invaded Ukraine twice. First
because
in
of a
2014,
color war
then again
that we
in
fucking
2022.
started
Right
in
now,
2014,
Russia
Bernie.
occupies about 20% of Ukraine. Since Putin's horrific invasion, over 1 million people have been killed or injured every single day. Russia continues to rain down hundreds of missiles and drones on Ukrainian
Russia's
cities.
actually not killing
Putin's
them right
forces
now.
have
They kind of feel
massacred
bad.
civilians
It's
and
like
kidnapped
fish in a
thousands of
fucking barrel.
Ukrainian children, bringing them back to Russian re-education camps.
Kidnapping Ukrainian children.
These atrocities led
Re-education
the International
camps.
Criminal Court
Are you
to
fucking
issue
kidding
an
me?
arrest warrant for Putin in 2023 as a war criminal. Further, Trump called Ukrainian President Zelensky a dictator. That's not true either. Zelensky won 75% of the
It's
vote
not.
in 3
He's
elections.
not a
In fact,
dictator.
his
He's a
approval rating
puppet.
is higher than Trump's.
For the
In the
CIA.
midst of a brutal war, Ukraine's parliament continues to function and free and unfettered political debate takes place. Trump claimed that our European allies have done little to support Ukraine in its fight against Putin's invasion. He said the United States has contributed 3 times more
It's
than
true.
Europe. But that's another lie.
Europe
In
hasn't
fact,
done
Europe
shit.
has provided more aid to Ukraine.
He's lying. Just about everything he just said was a lie.
I know, but it gets better when he goes after Putin and their faulty elections. So let it finish.
Than the United States. But it's not just that Trump is lying again. That's not new. It's what this all reveals about where he wants to take our country, and in fact, the entire world. Trump is cozying up to Vladimir Putin. So who is Putin? And what kind of world does he want to build? Putin is a dictator who crushed Russia's movement toward democracy after the end of the Cold War. Russia holds sham elections every 6 years where Putin wins 90% of the vote, and authorities don't even try to hide their ballot stuffing. There is no freedom of speech.
Like the Democrats ballot stuffed your fucking ass in 2016 and in 2020 and ran you out of the fucking race?
What a little man. What a little piece of garbage. I would take that motherfucker on in a public forum that he didn't control in a fucking second. I would love to see Chris Hedges and Shama Sawant wipe his ass all over the floor. He wouldn't last 30 seconds. He's so full of shit. What a coward he has become.
I like to see Scott Ritter or
Jeffrey Sachs.
Jeffrey Sachs.
Yeah. Oh my God!
One of
they
those
would,
go after.
they would screw, glue, and tattoo Bernie Sanders. That guy is an embarrassment to embarrassing.
He's literally begging for more fucking war. Are you kidding me? And to pretend like Zelensky is not a fucking puppet head of the goddamn CIA with Victoria Nuland's hands shoved up his ass over the last 8 fucking years. Are you kidding me? And Anthony Blinken, shut the fuck up. We got a bunch of super chats. We got everybody riled up with this one. Let's see. The Willie Bragg Show says there is only 2 paths for the post-Bernie Sanders left today. 1, absolute independent political action, which is leftist. 2, street activism. You know, I agree with you, and I'm in the street activism category of that. And Aspen Fallen says, watch the Workers' Strike Back convention all day via Due Dissidents. Excellent speakers. Their real movement gives me hope, unlike electoral politics. I absolutely agree. I saw that Due Dissidents was in town for that. I'm so bummed because literally I'm 60 miles from that. but I just knew I was too sick to go be around that many people with a compromised immune system. I would have loved to gone and seen Shama, and
We'll
I
give
sent
you
him
a
a
pass.
message.
You
I
get a
know. I
pass.
sent him a message and I said, keep up the good work. I see what you guys are doing. You know, when they sent me, you know, a nice donation. I've known her husband, Calvin, for a long time. Calvin helped me with the delegate walkout in 2016. We were the ones behind the scenes organizing the delegates to get them ready to walk out against the DNC, to turn their backs and flip the DNC off during that convention. So
One more
they do give me
thing.
hope.
One more thing I love about you, Shanda, is you walk your fucking talk. You have
I used to
always
walk a lot stronger, but I'm beat down right now.
You just keep walking. You just keep walking.
I feel sad. I want to be back out there on the front lines. And that's what I said. I said, I'm getting stronger. I'm going to be back out on the front lines.
When you
with
get
guys
out
real
there, I'll
soon.
do my best to get out there right by your side.
Jody, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, geez, Bernie, where did you go on your honeymoon? I remember when they accused you of being a Putin puppet. Yeah. Now, you know, Trump's a Putin puppet, right? Trump's always Russiagate, Russiagate, Russiagate.
Did you read that other one from Willie Bragg?
I did get the Willie Bragg one. Was there 2 Willie Braggs?
There's 2 Willie Braggs. Yeah, there's another one. I don't want to miss Willie. Bernie, get out of that 1960s kibitz. Netanyahu is 100 million times more evil than Putin or Trump and even. Absolutely, Willie.
Absolutely.
They are the face of goddamn evil. So, once again, I can't tell you enough about these assholes. I skipped a one.
That's okay. We've been kind of. Oh, Rachel Maddow. No, that one's a good one. That's totally worth it. You should go back for that
35. You want to see 35?
If I remember right, that's a good one. It's only 43 seconds.
All right, here we go. Let's put it in there. By popular demand of my partner Shanda.
Is a constitutional crisis.
Close to a constitutional crisis.
Causing a constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
A constitutional crisis. Constitutional
Did you
crisis.
I think you put this one in my deck on Monday, didn't you?
In a constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
Oh, she looks like a super villain.
Constitutional crisis. Constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
We have a constitutional crisis.
As a constitutional crisis in this
constitutional
Y'all got their talking points.
This is a constitutional
This
crisis.
is a Democratic
This is the
bullet
most
point.
serious constitutional crisis.
This constitutional crisis.
There you
Yeah, it just shows you how the Democrats have their grips in Western media. I threw this in here. I don't want people to forget talking about Zelensky.
Run, folks.
While hundreds of thousands of people are getting slaughtered, they took time out to do a Vogue photo shoot. This should enrage anybody that has a drop of humanity in them. And from what I understand, that guy socked away enough monies to where he's going to be living down in Florida in luxury.
Oh, no, he's been having penthouses and shit built this whole fucking time.
I know. But can you imagine?
But he don't know where half $500 million or what was it, $500 million went. I don't know.
What kind of monsters do this shit? Now you put this.
We got another one from Meadow because she had to go off about this.
See, just awful.
And repeatedly and eerily and in a very out of character way tells the American people he is not allowed to discuss that relationship or his communications with that leader.
Yeah, without Putin, of course.
The political reality of this administration is going to be shaped by whether or not the people who oppose him strongly enough and effectively enough. The political reality of this administration and this presidency will be determined by whether the people who voted for him are horrified enough by what they have wrought to regret it and are willing to act differently and to speak out about their regret. The reality of this presidency and this administration will be determined in some part by whether or not Republican officials realize that their own survival as politicians depends not on sucking up to Trump, but by helping their constituents survive him.
Jesus Christ.
Strong
the
evidence
called. He wants his hair back.
supporting all of those strikes against Trump so far, frankly. But this is one other thing to watch. If we really are now abandoning the free world and lining up instead with the world's dictatorships, and Trump is unwilling to even explain why.
Because we want to talk
Just
about
watch. The American people are going to have some feelings about that, too. Just watch.
She's abhorrent. She is abhorrent.
So glad they brought her back to cover Trump's frickin'.
God.
So I forgot to cut this one. You can let it go or you can skip it. It's up to you. It's a 4-minute one. It's Glenn Greenwald going after her for fucking saying that shit.
Oh, let me speed it up.
Here's Rachel Maddow, the queen of the Russiagate hoax. She really was.
True.
And please just watch this clip. I don't even want to set it up for you. This is from last night, talking about.
Okay, well, you can skip this. Skip ahead.
The
Jump
Trump
ahead.
administration meeting with the Russians.
A minute.
Tells the American people he is not.
We already just watched this.
Also, by this presidency, Trump
Sorry, I didn't cut.
strikes again, and Trump is unwilling.
Americans are going to wake up and they're going to be like, wait a minute. The most important thing for us to worry about is whether Trump is an agent of Vladimir Putin's and the Kremlin is helping Russia. Well, Russia is the greatest threat to our lives in America. We wake up every day worried about Russia. And is Rachel Maddow really right? Is she finally convincing me after 8 years of talking about this crap every day of her life in exactly this histrionic manner?
I don't wake up worried about Russia.
Trump really is an agent of the Russian government after all? Rachel Maddow says, look, they're going to realize it soon. Just watch. They're going to realize it soon. You're going to hear from them. I also love the conceit that only now is the United States lining up with the world's dictators. Does she have any idea who American allies are? What governments we've installed? Which governments we prop up? Did she watch Joe Biden go and meet with Mohammed bin Salman after promising to turn the Saudis into outcasts after he got caught murdering a journalist for the Washington Post? Did she watch the billions of dollars every year going from Washington to Cairo to prop up the incredibly violent, brutal Egyptian dictators? Does she know anything about American history? These people really believe in this fairy tale that the United States upholds the rules-based international order. The same country that cheered the ICC when it declared Putin a war criminal said, oh, that's very good, ICC. That's the right move. That's very important what you did. And then sanctioned them, the same court, when a year later they reached the same conclusion about America's ally, Israel. And then sanctioned the judges and the prosecutors responsible. Only in the United States and a few capitals in Western Europe can you still say that crap. Oh, the United States stands for the 80 years of the post-World War II rules-based international order and not provoke a laughing fit. Everyone outside of the United States understands that that is a joke. Rachel Maddow really believes it. I remember when General Sisi in Egypt visited Trump in the White House and he embraced him. This is such a departure from American tradition. We don't embrace dictators. It's like, what? We don't? Since when?
Since when?
We put Sisi in office. We give him billions of dollars every year.
Yeah, Aspen Fallen. Yes, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, Glenn is so sassy. I enjoy that too.
I do
but
too.
yeah, Glenn points out Rachel Maddow is not there to accurately recite history, at least history as we know it. She's there to rewrite it in real time. That's what Rachel Maddow's paid to do.
And to regurgitate it and feed it like a mama bird to the dumbass motherfuckers that are still watching MSNBS. I mean, that's what it's about. Don't look at the history of Ukraine and the color war that was created by the CIA in 2014 or anything that led up to it, during the Biden administration, not to mention the firing of the prosecutor, his son sitting on Burisma, like all the corrupt fucking money
right in your face corruption. Right in your face.
Were happening. I mean,
one would think
there's so much corruption, but she's just got to regurgitate it to, the little blue hairs that the Democratic viewers that are watching.
Say what you want about Fox or any of these other what they call right-wing media outlets. You got to have the IQ of a sandpit to even buy an second of what's coming out of the Dana Bashes or the Rachel Maddows. I mean, it's
believe it though.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's elder abuse for people that don't have the brains to rub together to figure out that they're just conning them, and they've been that way for years.
Yep.
So who's this? Is this?
That's Zelensky sucking up more of the meat grinder, right?
Oh shit! Is there $100,000 in that straw, or is that a?
I saw a Ukrainian taking the lugs off of one of those vans that they kidnap them in. They kidnap them, make them be soldiers.
Oh yeah. You brought the Vanessa Beeley.
I did. This is your Fee says, but Fee shared Vanessa Beeley. Vanessa says it's official are offering British troops as cannon fodder for Nazis. So yeah, let's see. Starmer, I'm ready and willing to put British troops in the Ukraine. PM announces and putting pressure on the European leaders to do the same at the summit in Paris. So there you are. Ukraine's used up all of their young men and women. So let's go ahead and start sending Europeans.
Can I skip that one? That next one?
Yeah, I was going to tell you to skip that one for time. We've really got long in the tooth on some of these today.
Warning: freedom has an enemy, and this is it. CBS, CNN, ABC, Washington Post, New York Times News, BBC, Sky News, Rolling Stone, Vice, Political, USA Today. Well, Political might not be around very long since they don't get that USAID money.
Yeah, I love it.
LA Times. Time, let me see. Did I miss some? Oh,
Fuck
well.
the LA Times. They've been terrible lately.
Yeah, Fox, Newsmax, the rest of them. I mean, again, we're proud of being not popular. Go figure. Who would not want to be popular? We don't give a fuck. We're calling them as we see them, and we respect those who do the same, no matter what their affiliation is. Remember that. We don't give a fuck. We call them as we see them. We're proud of that fact, and we respect anybody else that has the cojones and the guts to do the same thing, because they're all in it for themselves. They don't give a shit about the people. So just remember that. I hate to be
name
so...
me one thing they've done for the people lately. They haven't done shit for us. Last thing I can think of that they did for us was send us a stimulus, and that was 5 fucking years ago, and it was politicized anyways.
Shanda, how long ago?
And we're paying for that. we're the ones still fucking paying for that shit.
How long ago? And it wasn't that long. It was a matter of months ago, maybe 8, 9, 10 months ago. How long ago do you think it was that I said it wasn't going to be anything close to 50,000 or 100,000 people killed in Gaza? It was going to be closer to 1 million.
Yep.
Well, Ralph Nader's now saying Gaza death toll is 500,000. History will not be kind to those who look the other way. It was a no-brainer for us, everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, just looking at the devastation with what is it? What?
Well, the reports that we were seeing of all these refugees camps, the amount of people that were in them, and then they'd get bombed, and we knew by the numbers what we were seeing.
I'm not looking for a pat on the head.
They quit reporting it at what, 50,000?
Bullshit.
The AP said at 47,000 for 8 fucking months or some shit. We knew that.
Yeah. It's like Vietnam, when they were killing off thousands of North Vietnamese every week. There wouldn't have been anybody left. Well, it's just the opposite right here. They were killing off thousands and thousands, and they were calling out shitty little numbers. So,
but the prophecy has been fulfilled.
There you go. What did you brought?
Willie Braggs, thank you for the super chat. Says, if America even gets crazy enough to elect Willie Braggs as president, I would appoint Glenn Greenwald as U.S. Attorney General for the Supreme Court. Or for the Supreme Court. I would too.
Yeah,
I would
too.
I put Chris Hedges in there too.
Willie, you better vote for me.
And Professor Richard Wolff.
You better, Willie, I hope you would put me up for the Grim Reaper.
I want to be your press secretary.
What is this, a Dave Smith TikTok, or what the hell is this?
I don't remember what this is.
Here, I'll pull the lever.
Trump said it before. Why on earth are we subsidizing the defense of...
You're not subsidizing anybody. What you're doing is a protection racket. You know that scene in the Mafia movie where the thugs walk into the local shop and they're like, it's an awfully nice store you got here. It'd be a shame if somebody were to mess it all up. And then they break all the bottles on the shelves with their baseball bat. But if you were to give us, I don't know, maybe 10% of your profits, we'd be happy to keep it safe for you. That's what you're doing. That's why your military is all over the world. That's why your foreign military presence is several 1,000% higher than any other country in the world. The way you get paid for this is by essentially forcing everyone to trade in your currency. See, when more countries use your currency for trade, it increases the demand for your currency, which strengthens the value of your currency, which strengthens the buying power of your government. Essentially, your money is worth more than it should be, which means you're getting more out of trade than you realistically should be, which means essentially everyone else is subsidizing you, not the other way around. Now, there are leaders who have attempted to remove your currency from...
Yeah, it's over 3 minutes, but I think you made the point.
Yeah, no, the point is that the American dollar is losing the buying power that it used to have, and Americans are refusing to see it. Trump is scrambling to try to keep us on the national stage as the one in power, right? When we see BRICS rising up, we're a declining empire, and we all fucking know it. This is what a declining empire does. This is what Rome did. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's a good thing. And Joey's Coffee recommends growing dandelions in your yard because not only can you make fantastic tea, you can make some of the best, healthiest salad that you'd ever have with dandelions. So add that to your garden. Don't and for God's sakes, don't kill weeds. Weeds are going to save your life someday because that's what you're going to be eating. So there you go. Trump reportedly keeps showing White House guests where Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky had sex. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't
I believe this. I totally fucking believe this, and I would. I'd be like, hey, you want to
too.
see where they freaking...
Yeah, I mean, hey, yeah, I visited the White House, and guess what? I got to see where Bill got the cigar busy with Monica Lewinsky. I mean, shit, yeah.
I totally would be showing people
Yeah,
like
I mean, what the hell? I mean, people are trying to make big things out of something that really aren't a big thing in the way you think.
Well, we can skip this one because we already talked about this Trump having the executive power to interpret law, because nobody else is allowed to say what
Well, I have mixed feelings on this, but one of those feelings aren't the fact that this piece of shit is gone.
Yeah.
You made my night. I didn't know this. We've been trying to get rid of this piece of shit for years.
Yeah, the press is very quiet about DJoy stepping down quietly amidst a 6.8 billion loss this year at the Postal. And you can't say that Trump forced him to resign, but I'm sure there was some conversations had like, you got to go, motherfucker. You promised, because Trump put him in, I want to say the last year of his presidency, the last round, and he was supposed to automize bring the U.S. Postal Service into the 21st century. He did quite the fucking opposite. But, you made a very good point when we were talking about this in the green room, that this is just a way for them to privatize the Postal Service.
That's what I think. I think it's a way to privatize the postal office. And you're going to be sorry because my brother... When I send a package to my brother, not only do I have to pay shipping to Scotland, but when he gets there, when the postman shows up, postperson, they've got to pay the postperson out of pocket more money to get their package.
DOD once they gets there?
Yeah, they get it's blackmail as far as I'm concerned. So
that explains why Kate's Christmas card came back from Canada.
You don't want that. And I'm going to check into that because I think this piece of shit's been longer than just Trump. I'm pretty sure. But
was he in there before Trump? I thought Trump put him in there.
I think he's an Obama relic, is what I think he is.
Oh, he might be.
Or even George Bush. I think W put him in. I thought. So anyway, but there is some good news out there. This is what I call real hopium. The FTC launches a probe into big tech. And what they're doing is they're going after Google for censorship. And this is a big deal. And here's why. Because many of us have contended that Google has weaponized censorship to push narratives that they're getting paid by the oligarchy to push. Remember, Shannon and I were talking in the green room.
Stop suppressing us, Google.
Yeah, they have burned down so many people, lost people's careers because of their algorithmic
demonetization,
beat down everything.
Boot on the neck. Yeah,
boot on the neck.
You're buried in the algorithm. We didn't get no notifications.
Totally unfair.
I get no notifications for anybody I follow anymore.
The worst thing that happened was when YouTube sold to Google, and here's the bottom line is what the penalty should be. And you might think this is extreme, but you've got to think about how big Google is and the damage and the lives that they have ruined. I think the fine should be $1 trillion Google fine for pulling all this shit. And they should lose the rights to YouTube, have to sell it to an independent company.
Yeah,
and
TikTok
never ever be able to have anything competitive to YouTube controlled by
and
Google.
show the public their algorithms
And
Hell
show
yeah.
their public the algorithm. That's how bad Google is. Now everybody says, "Oh, Google's great. I make a living on Google and everything else." Sure.
No,
if
you
you're
don't.
talking about cooking shows
Cats
and fixing
cooking
shit
and celebrities.
well, that's good for you, but the real speech, the free speech that is the pillar of democracy in this country, Google has co-opted and abused for years through the likes of YouTube and other algorithmic censorship. And I've got to tell you, they need to be burned to the ground financially, and $1 trillion is not going to hurt Google. Believe me. That's
No,
not
but
going to
guess
hurt
what?
them.
This is not the reality of what's going to happen, Oz. Google has too much fucking power. They love the Orwellian censorship. We're getting more censorship. We're not getting less censorship. I hate to break it to y'all. We are going into a pre-crime, totalitarian, freaking panopticon of them surveilling everything that we do. Jack Page, thank you for the super chat, says, I pay for mail service in Mexico. It is not cheap. I bet you it is not cheap. And it's probably good to have mail service, though, so that way that you can get in touch with your fams.
I'm going to put this video from Clownfish in here, the link to the video. I've been watching Clownfish, and Shanda does too, for a long time. These two are great. I mean, they're older couple, raised kids and everything else. They're not quite boomers. They have a distinct feel for society, and their main thing is not politics. But when they have something to say about politics, I find them to be right on. So Clownfish TV, I would check Eon and Geeky Sparkles, and that's just their shtick. It's fun, it's cool. But they are articulate, they take a position, they say what they mean, and they back it up with fucking facts, and I love it. So check it out.
We are on fire tonight. We're not even getting halfway through this deck.
Just book that. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I'm moving on. I'm just so passionate about this. I'm so passionate. So secret societies control every aspect of our world, but you think they let a president slip past their grip all the way to the top? Never gonna happen, Shanda. And that was courtesy of Shanda. What do we got here?
Okay, so did you hear RFK Jr. wants to take everybody's frickin' psych meds? No more SSRIs and Prozac and Zoloft and frickin' Lexapro because, hey, they're bad for you. And these shit libs took to TikTok, losing their fucking minds. This is just one example.
God, talk about cold turkey. Oh, God. God, this trigger is not triggering.
Hi, RFK. You want to come take my meds? You can take them. Come on, Bobby. Bobby and Donnie, come on. You can get my meds. Come on, it'll be fun. You want to take them? You want to take my meds? You want to take my friends' meds, too? We'll all get together. We'll go off. I'm going to go off them. Do you want me to go off them now? I will go off them because I want to. I want to go off them. I'm going to go off them just for you, Bobby. You want to come join me? It'll be fun. Let's get this party started.
All I have to say to that is one thing. Here's Johnny.
I saw so many crazy shit libs putting up videos like that, like, oh, come off my fucking Prozac, you'll be sorry. Like, so anyways, they were talking about it. I see for speaking of who's on drugs, Pierce Morgan. This is a hilarious clip. I think it's pretty short. It's like a minute, if I remember right.
America is ridiculously over-medicated, particularly in the area of antidepressant drugs and anxiety drugs and so on. And Britain's going the same way.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great.
There are millions of young people.
You know what happens?
Hang on, Francesca. Hang on. Don't start shouting. Don't start shouting. Let me just put a question to you.
I bet money that Francesca's on drugs right now.
Francesca, let me put a question to you.
Hang
on, guys. Hang on. Can you both please hang on?
What happens is
Francesca,
people's medications away.
Can't stop.
Let me make a point, please. Let me make my point. Then respond.
I feel like
everyone stop talking for a moment. Francesca, the point I'm making is America has 80% of the world painkiller consumption. 80%, right? You have millions of don't respond yet, millions of young people who are taking completely unnecessary, mind-bending drugs
They're all off
for
their
things like
meds.
anxiety, depression, often self-diagnosed. And guess what happens? You then have a load of weirdo, loner kids running around with their brains scrambled who commit mass shootings and stuff like that. There is a direct correlation. And we're going the same way in Britain. Young people are getting massively over-medicated. So I am actually in favor of RFK trying to pull America away from its addiction to mind-bending drugs.
Oh, Francesca, she was having such a hard time controlling herself. Not enough drugs in America to control her.
Oh, I know. You got a super chat there. Can you throw a wrench at Willie too?
Willie doesn't have a wrench?
I thought Willie had a wrench.
Willie has a wrench.
All of us content makers would have tens of thousands of subs had it not been for algorithm suppression to silence the real left free speech 100%. Willie, Shanda and I were talking about that in the green room. You know, back when we were with Uphill Media, they started a couple of years with a Bernie thing, with Bernie TV, and I think they got up to like 16,000 people.
Yeah, about there.
And, you know, we came on board and we started doing content for them. And all we did, we saw it just go down and down and down and down. And it wasn't because of the quality of our content, because our our content from what people have told us and what we see has been great. And we have been kind of stuck at, 1,300 and nothing for...
Well, we hit 1,400 last year, and then they peeled away 100 from us, and then they peel away 30 from us, because, you know, you guys just decide to go unfollow us after, you know, years of
I mean, and what we concluded was, and we're not big fish in the pond, once again, but we would be well over, you know, I would think, 10,000, you know...
Oh, I think, well, look at where we are on Rockfin. Rockfin is not a very big platform. We are at 15.2K over on Rockfin.
Well, yeah.
There isn't that many people over on Rockfin.
Just
and that's just us. Just us. That's Roar Media.
Well, let's multiply that by 3. That's generous. So that'd be 45,000, right?
Yeah, I would say over 30,000 easy if we didn't have a boot on us for the last 5 years on YouTube.
But that's where we're at. And one of the reasons we have that boot is because we don't monetize, because they would take everything that we did down creatively, especially the covers, the music, everything else. You know, they say it's okay when I wash it through the checker, but the owners always come back and kick our ass. Then they take it down. They take the whole stream down.
To do the show we want to do and bring you guys the graphics and the music and to say what we fucking want to say, we can't turn our monetization on. We've had monetization since year 2 at YouTube, but there's just no way. So your guys' super chats of what have kept us alive. Our Patreons and our super chats have kept us alive.
That's the only thing that's kept us going. That's just fine because, you know, we get to speak freely, and I know our sisters and brothers, they watch what they say. You watch them. Oh, you know, once in a while, like Sabby cuts loose with a bunch of F-bombs once in a while and shit like that. But you never hear the music or any of that stuff. They're hypersensitive because they want that monetization because they're trying to make a living at this. Honest to God.
I get it. I don't judge them for that. But we just made that decision a long time ago to not do that. Let's skip the Jimmy encore because it's an encore. We're not. There's no way we're getting through this whole deck, but that's fine. I'll take a bunch of it over to the trailer park. So you go ahead and pick whatever you want to go from here, like from 55 down.
Let's get into the fun. I think we've been serious enough tonight. I've had a lot of fun screaming on my rocket-powered
Yeah, we've been on our soapboxes all night.
Critical drinker here.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't think this is real. It creeps me out.
This is, yeah.
Is this AI? Is it a guy in a suit? I don't know.
No, this is real. This is membrane stuff. Will says, nope, nothing disturbing about that whatsoever. This is actually real. This is tissue.
Real?
This is real. Okay, this is clone. No, it's real.
I don't know what to believe online anymore.
I know this is real. I will say it's real until I'm.
Why is he like Ken? Why is he smooth down there?
What this is these are without getting
everything else realistic but not a penis, I'm confused.
No,
if it was a woman, it would have a vagina, I can promise you that.
Okay, let me break it down to you like this. Make it simple and quick. These are sinews and synapses, probably with nano
nightmares is what they are.
Nano chips in here. All you got to do is slap in an artificial intelligence brain in there, and it's good to go. That I showed you last week.
He wants to wash your car and make you dinner. Okay.
Well, do you see that movie I,
These
Robot?
are advanced beings that we are creating.
I know.
And we think they're going to serve us.
No.
They can compute faster than us. They're smarter than us. They're stronger than us. But they're going to serve us. They're going to walk our dog and do our grocery shopping.
It's going to take that quaint 2003 I, Robot movie with Will Smith and turn it into a horror movie.
Hey,
That's
those
what it's
ones
going
look
to
like
be.
teddy bears compared to that fucking nightmare.
BlackRock says get ready for a recession unlike any other that's worked in the past and won't work now. And that is true because
they would know. They got the algorithm.
They would know. And credit card debt, just so everybody knows, it's through the roof. That's how it's been going. It's 1 point.
Since what? 2021 is really when it started to spike.
Oh yeah, this is and plus
2020. So yeah, everybody's been living on their credit cards since fucking the pandemic hit.
And you can't use your credit card. If you do, you have to pay it off every month. If you don't, you're fucking yourself. Yeah. Believe me, it just gets harder and harder. What if I told you the entire world is about to be red-pilled? I would say it's already been red-pilled. Personally.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You? What about you?
Only for those that are paying attention, I think.
Now, you brought the chicken.
I did. I read the eggs are overly expensive because bird flu is killing a ton of chickens. There's an obvious solution to this. Yes, mask them up. Come on, it worked for us.
I almost wouldn't be surprised. By the way, this is just a PSA, public service announcement. 2032 is coming, and this is what your place is going to look like.
More fear. But guess what? I was listening to the smartest guy, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he says this isn't going to happen. So you don't have to be scared. He knows.
Do you want to see this horrible one, or do you want me to skip it?
We can skip it. The whale die-offs. Yeah, that's so sad. Massive whale die-offs, guys.
Yeah, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. The rich will taste like everyone else in the apocalypse. We must act while it still has meaning. Has the Pope popped yet? I heard he's ready to check out.
No, the Pope? Yeah, he's still feeding on the blood of the young.
Yeah, that was probably in bad taste, I'm sorry to say, but he is on his deathbed from what I hear.
Another one? Yeah, we'll just wait for the black smoke to come out of the Vatican, right?
Leonard Peltier, right? You brought this.
Yeah, who knew that Van Saint, whatever that guy's name is that plays for Bruce Springsteen, was such a huge supporter and advocate of his? I didn't know that. I always feel like him when I wear my cancer wraps on my head.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I'm glad he's out.
I was glad to see he's out, and he says we'll keep fighting, and he didn't lose shit, and good to see he's out. Oz, I feel like that's the only place that we've had wins is getting people released over the last few years.
Yeah,
don't you?
Seems like it, and they've been half-assed releases, but they're still releases. We have to play
Gus
this
Van
one.
Sant. Yeah. I always feel like Gus.
We have to play this one, Chanda. Here we go.
Oh my God, Kevin Spacey's back, and he is being a total a-hole. So Guy Pearce, remember him? He was the star in LA Confidential. He's coming out. He came out after like 25 years now and has accused Spacey of like grooming behavior and doing some crazy shit. Well, Spacey just had to come back out because this guy's the biggest narcissist to ever fucking live. So he lives to be in front of the camera. So here you are. Enjoy.
Guy Pearce. I've now read the comments that you made about me, and while I would have preferred not to have to play this out in the media, you obviously have your own reasons for wanting to do exactly that. But we worked together a long time ago. You know, if I did something then that upset you, you could have reached out to me. We could have had that conversation. But instead, you've decided to speak to the press, who are now, of course, coming after me because they would like to know what my response is to the things that you said.
Poor Kevin.
You really want to know what my response is? Grow up.
Grow up.
Did you also, by the way, tell the press that a year after we shot LA Confidential, you flew to Savannah, Georgia, while I was shooting Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, just to spend time with me?
Which was a nasty
I mean,
movie.
did you tell the press that too? Or does that not fit into the victim narrative you have going? So anyway, I apologize that I didn't get the message that you don't like spending time with me. I mean, maybe there was another reason, I don't know. But that doesn't make any sense that you would have just been leading me on, right? But here you are now on a mission some 28 years later after I've been through hell and back to do what? Just in time to stop the bad guy? Huh? Is that what's going on?
You are the bad guy, Kevin.
What took you so long? Did your horse run out of gas? I mean, you want to have a conversation? I'm happy to do so anytime, any place. We can even do it here, live on X if you like. I've got nothing to hide. Guy,
yeah, you do.
You need to grow up. You are not a victim.
God,
he is.
That guy is such a fucking narcissist, and he's always in his House of Card character. Is it just me, or does he live in that Clinton-esque fucking character that he created?
As great as an actor as he is, he is never going to be rehabilitated, no matter what he does.
Such a creep. Yeah,
you brought this.
Breaking, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer quits his sex trafficking case. Under no circumstance can I continue. And, Diddy's trial is coming up in May. So, he's
Are you going to follow that?
Woo.
You follow that, huh? What do you got
I
here?
do follow that. Are you kidding? Oh, I'm all over that. That's the generic freaking Epstein. When Archie found Christine in the 1983 movie. It was 25-year-old 1958 Plymouth Fury. If Archie found Christine today, she'd be a 25-year-old 2000 Plymouth Breeze.
Oh, God.
Come on, that's funny. And stopping private ownership. Yeah,
that one's great. You can have this one too. It's bigger print.
It's time that we admit that Michael Keaton is the best Batman.
Yeah, I have to admit he did a damn good job. I have to say
he was the best Batman.
And who was the worst
You
Batman?
got this one.
I say George Clooney was the worst Batman. Scientists say they can recreate living dinosaurs within the next 5 years. There's literally 4 movies showing why this is a bad idea. Another celebrity on their way to remind us peasants to use paper straws and save the planet. You agree with that, Chant?
I still like Val Kilmer, but I don't think he was a great Batman. I gotta say, I like him.
Val Kilmer's my favorite role is Tombstone. He was Doc Holliday. He was the best Doc Holliday. I lied last week, everybody. I told Shanda she had to do the Stoner Corner this week, I did it again. Anyway, I couldn't pass up the Lego bong. Weed smokers, why do we look at a blunt after we hit it? I used to do that all the time.
Me too. Yeah.
That's pretty sure this was what you meant by Super Bowl and non-toxic alternative to opioid. No risk and no risk of overdose. And there's what you need right now, Shanda. Do you agree with that? Something like that?
What do you mean? Ready for the weekend?
No, the handful of the
Oh God, yeah. You guys know I quit smoking when I got diagnosed because it's combustible, and I don't want to put combustibles in my lungs. So.
And this is Meme Alley, and I just stuck this into Meme Alley, or it got moved to Meme Alley because we got some bad news this week.
Oh no!
Bad news is one of our favorite, at least my favorite, Erica Lewis. She's the gal down there in the bottom. Very easily remembered, very, very fun watching perform. She left Broken Peach.
Aww.
And they are heartbroken because they've been together for like 7 or 8 years, and they are fantastic. We've featured them many, many times.
Always for our Halloween shows.
And we will continue to feature them. But for now, they are a 6-person group, and they will be performing Sunday once again. So please support Broken Peach through this time of crisis. They gave no reason. They said, they wished her well, and they
I wonder if she's going solo.
And
they're all very talented.
They're all very talented. Anyway, we've got this one. You brought this one.
A young Alex Jones combating an interdimensional reptile globalist circa 1968.
Which one's Alex Jones and which one's the globalist?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I have no idea. We've got, this one. Raise your hand if you've had completely stopped believing mainstream media. And Chanda, raise your hands. I quit.
Yeah, I do still use tinctures, Tim. I do use tinctures.
Yeah,
I live on my tincture.
I haven't believed mainstream media for a very long time. People that walk fast are reported to be less happy. Do you believe that, Chanda?
I don't know, but you better slow down. Damn right I'm unhappy because I'm trapped behind all these slow walkers now. Move.
That
pisses me off when I'm trying to get out the Walmart and there's like 3 people in front of me and then there's people coming in the wrong way. Like, get the fuck out of the way. And why are you coming in the exit? Can you not read?
There are things in life that are a sure bet. And the next slide is a sure bet. I just tried that new app that showed what you will look like in 40 years, and this is talking about me. That's what I'm going to look like. That's what I'm going to look like in 40 years, everybody. Just like that. And of course, they're sold out. Bernie Sanders toy doll, of course, had to throw that in there. One more dig at that asshole, traitor, backstabber, pig. And let me see. You brought this. 2 stages of winter.
2 stages of winter. December, a magical wonderland, a land of lights. And January through spring, a cold gray bucket of sucks. It does suck.
And it's sucking right now, let me tell you.
I know. I'm so sick of the gray. So every time a bird craps on my car, I eat a plate of wings on my front porch to show them what I'm capable of.
You are mean. You are so mean. We've got Remember When, and stick around. We've got a pretty good outro tonight, and it's a little Blue Oyster Cult. We have, let's take a poll. Favorite James Bond. Who's your favorite?
Connery.
I'm going to say Lazenby. And that was only one movie.
Yeah.
I liked Roger Moore. I did
like Roger Moore too.
I liked his character. He did a great job. Eye test. How many ducks do you see? And I don't know. How many ducks do you see, Chanda?
I don't know, really. 9? 10? I don't know. How many's there? 10?
I think there's 12.
11. Okay, 12. Yeah, you're right. I see 12. They're embedded.
I'm not sure I'm right.
Well, I'm blind as a bat, so you're asking the wrong person. Everybody's
unfair.
saying 13 in the chat, so you guys are probably right.
By the way, you still owe Publishers or Columbia House for those 30 cassettes you got for a penny in 1985.
Damn right I do.
I wonder what the interest is. When you walked by a gas station as a kid, did you stomp on a cord that sounded like a bell to alert the gas attendant? I sure the hell did.
Hell yeah, I did.
Every single time.
Timothy Dalton. I like Dalton too, so yeah, I'll give you that too.
I think Dalton looked like the character the best, actually.
I've always liked Dalton. I think
Timothy Dalton is one of the more versatile actors and underrated in my opinion. You brought this one and I cleaned it up for you.
Thank you. In 1719, prisoners in Paris were offered freedom on the condition that they married a prostitute and moved to Louisiana. Well, that explains a lot.
It sure the hell does. And we have Mannequin. Remember that movie? That was fun. Andrew McCarthy and Kim
Cattrall before she was a raving witch. Yeah.
No, that was such a fun movie. I think it was 1985, and they both look great. It was a fun movie, and Estelle Getty stole that performance for the show. Just a little side note there. Blacklist man there. Remember Blacklist?
I love Blacklist.
Well, he was in that too.
James Spader?
James Spader, and he had a hell of a character in that. He did a fantastic job. So Estelle Getty, James Spader killed in that movie. They were fantastic. And, of course, one of my most favorite all-time TV series ever and ever will be, and as far as I'm concerned, romantically 20 to 30 years ahead of his time, Beauty and the Beast. Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman. It was fantastic, and I was addicted to that show. It was too
I know.
good.
That's why our show name is what it is. Absolutely.
Beauty and the Boomer. And we're thinking about selling T-shirts. What do you guys think? And who they want you to think as a parasite class is who the parasite class is, and that's exactly who the parasite class are. Yes, they are.
You scooped me on this one. I had this on the trailer park deck, but I saw it was already over here.
Oh, you did? This one right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been 40 years and I still don't know what Susudio means. Do you know what Susudio means?
I don't. It's been 40 years and I still don't know what it means. What is it? I sung it. I still sing it, but I don't know what it is.
Make my night chat before we get out of here. And
Susudio.
Yeah, tell us what Susudio means. I don't know what the hell it is. And I'm having trouble with camera number 2 again, but it's got the important parts in. Kids today will never know who Lamb Chop was. That's Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop. And, you know, I was, once again,
knee-high. Past my age, for sure.
I was knee-high to a grasshopper. She was wonderful. She used to talk to Lamb Chop, and she talked to us kids. We felt so happy and secure when Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop came on.
We got reruns. My generation in the 70s got reruns.
Yeah, no, Sherry Lewis, I enjoyed the hell out of her as a little kid. I look forward to her like I look forward to Lassie. She was one of our favorites.
Lassie and Flipper, right?
Lassie, Flipper, Gentle Ben, all those. And once again, I got to remind you, Broken Peach. Please support Broken Peach. They've been good to us over the years. Great entertainers. Sunday, the 23rd of November, new video drops. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, they've even shouted us out and sent us video messages, right?
Yes,
they did. They sent us a video message once.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. It was nice, and they're in Spain, right? Spain. I think it's Spain. But
are they in Spain?
I think it's Spain.
Madrid.
Yeah. I get them confused with being in Portugal, but yeah, fantastic, very well talented, very well thought in their productions. Fantastic, and give them all the love in the world that they.
I like Dalton as Rhett. Remember when he played Rhett Butler, guys?
Oh yeah, I liked him in Flash Gordon.
Really?
Jesus, yeah, he was the handsome guy in Flash Gordon, but he's been in so many good things. He was in Rocketeer. He was great in that. He was the villain. Yeah. You know, he's got a repertoire, and again, underrated actor as far as I'm concerned.
Who played the butcher in Gangs of New York?
I don't know. I didn't see that movie.
Oh my God, you've never seen Gangs of New York? Please go watch it. It's so excellent. It's on one of the streaming services. I
will do that.
It's so good. Cameron Diaz, and I think it was Dalton, if I remember right.
No matter what you think of him, I got to shout him out. Suits LA. I love the Suits series when it hit Netflix.
Oh, I love Suits too. That was a great series.
And
it was Day-Lewis. You're right.
Yeah, they're gonna have Suits LA. It's coming out tomorrow night on NBC. And this is my hypocrisy getting a little thin, everybody. I still watch.
It's the boomer in you.
I watch this shit, and I got to have something to crunch my brain the other direction of madness. So I'm looking for that. And Harvey,
I have a hard time watching TV anymore. Can I tell you?
Yeah, I am too. My left eye is about ready to fall out of my head.
I just don't even want to turn it on. I feel like it's all propaganda. Like Hollywood writes in propaganda and is trying to program the public with their storylines and shit. So I just want to puke while I'm watching this shit because I see the hypocrisy through it. So anymore, I just like, should I watch some TV? I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch YouTube shorts.
It's funny you should bring that up. There's a show on Netflix called The Night Agent that I love. And this second season of Night Agent, I have a hard time watching it because they're making the villain Iran.
Yeah, That's the propaganda that I'm talking about. The CIA is in there fucking coaching these motherfuckers.
And I would have even much rather had them made Russia the villain, like they always fucking do. But now they're doing Iran, and for some reason that has really taken my joy from enjoying that show out of it. And
or the wokeism. All of the storylines. Like, come on, not every character has to be gay on these shows. What the fuck?
That's the other thing.
It's not weighing out right.
Aside from the social ramifications of what they're pushing, it's really pissing me off. And it hurts because overall the writing's pretty good. The story's good. It's just the characters.
The AI's doing a bang up job.
So many times, it's not Russia, it's not Iran, it's not any of these other countries that are the villain. It's the fucking United States.
It's the CIA. Can we write some truth?
Give me a
where
break,
the CIA's out there cooing everybody?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Like that. Come on.
Anyway, we almost made it on time. We're going to be about 2 minutes over. Shanda, we didn't miss too much. What's going on? What's the announcements? What do we got going on?
I got a show for Monday morning. The trailer park's going to be up and running, and I've already got a ton of stuff for us to talk about, plus whatever drops tomorrow after the morning show rounds are done by all the dumb Democrats. So we'll shit on some Democrats, call some Republicans out, and have a good time on Friday morning. And then we're playing next Saturday by ear, right? Like kind of what we've been doing, because you and I, our health has been so bad. We work on our shows and then we figure, if we're not well enough, whatever, we'll just put it over on Monday. So
yeah, if it's a for sure we're not going to do it, usually I won't have a thumbnail on Shanda's show on Monday. So if there's a thumbnail there, there's a pretty good chance we're going to have a show next week. So
but you never know.
That's how it is.
Be under the weather.
Yeah, and by the way, Natalie, boycotting lamb because as a kid of lamb chop, I think that was a very noble thing to do. I agree. Unfortunately, I grew up and
activist at a young age.
I kind of like lamb, so I'm a hypocrite in that
I've
sense
never
too.
ate lamb in my life, and I don't think I ever.
Well, you ever get down here, I'll cook you a rack of lamb that you'll just love. So, yeah,
they're too cute.
Yeah, I'll put a little paper head on it so it can look with
it's like bunnies. I can't eat bunnies either. That'd be like trying to eat my cat. No, I can't.
I'll put a paper head with googly eyes.
I mean, cows are cute too. Don't get me wrong, but they taste delicious.
This is this is where I respect our vegan sisters and brothers, because I feel like a hypocrite every time I have any meat anymore. But
I would love a big ribeye right now, I gotta tell you. Oh.
Like I said, we have a pretty good outro tonight, and if you like Blue Oyster Cult, and I believe Shanda's got a very good Blue Oyster Cult for her outro on Monday. If she decides to use it. If you decide to use it. I won't be hurt if you change your mind, but it's
no, you've already done the work for me. Why would I have to go work harder? No,
like I said, you've got complete control of everything production-wise. Anyway, we're going to go out. Love you guys. Sorry about pushing the show so hard and fast, but I'm not sorry about speaking our mind. We are going to do it. We don't take sides on this shit, but we're still pissed at the Dems, and we're not liking a lot of what we're seeing. But there are a few things that I am liking, and I hope they actually do what they said they're going to do. So say goodnight, Chanda, and I will start the outro.
Good night, Chanda. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much again. We so appreciate you.